Alright, so a lot of you like the Warlock version of this build I put out the other day, so here's the Titan variation revolving around Behemoth, Heart of Inmost Light, and of course Fighting Lion. Let's dive right into it. For your fragments, you're going to want to have on Whisper of Rending to let your primary do increased damage to frozen targets / crystals. You'll also want to have on Whisper of Fissures to increase the size and damage whenever you shatter a frozen target. Remember this fragment in particular as it will be important to the build later. Then, you'll want to have on Whisper of Torment to gain more grenade energy whenever you take damage, allowing for faster grenade regeneration. And you'll want to have on Whisper of Conduction as well, to let Stasis shards track to you. This will tie in with the mod setup and with your aspects. And for your final fragment, you'll want to have on Whisper of Shards, to increase grenade energy regen whenever you shatter a Stasis crystal. Now, for your aspects, you'll want to have on Tectonic Harvest alongside Diamond Lance. This is to make sure you create Stasis Shards and to give you Diamond Lances, which will help with the overall versatility of this build, which ties into the next part of the build, the mods. So this build is centered and fitted around endgame content like GMs, Master Lost Sectors, and the mods are as well. Now, for your basic mods, you'll want to be running 3 Firepower mods alongside Elemental Shards and Elemental Charge. Now, what this does is whenever you pick up a Stasis Shard, you will get 2 stacks of Charge with Light. And when you use your grenade ability, you will consume 1 stack of Charge with Light, and you will be able to receive grenade energy back. You're basically building into grenade spam. Now, as for artifact mods or champion mods, you'll want to be running Unstoppable Grenade Launcher alongside Weakened Clear on your class item paired alongside Lord Kelvin's Basilisk. This will allow you to stun unstoppable champions and allow your stasis grenades to stun overload champions. Now, for your exotic weapon, you'll want to run Fighting Lion. This is the main part of the build. Fighting Lion is a primary grenade launcher, so it has infinite ammo, and it also benefits from Weakened Clear. But the main reason you want to run it is because since Fighting Lion is considered a primary, it actually now benefits from Whisper of Rending, giving it a grenade launcher that has infinite ammo that can also weaken enemies and champions a 43% buff when it hits frozen targets, which is broken considering it is a grenade launcher. And when combined with Whisper of Fissures, the explosion and strength of the shatter damage caused by Fighting Lion is extremely strong, especially when you pair it with your exotic armor. And this is where Heart of Inmost Light comes in, and this is what makes the build differ majorly from the Warlock version. Not only will it empower your abilities, making them stronger, but it will also help with the cooldowns of those abilities as well. But instead of running Cold Snap grenades like the Warlock version, in this build, you actually want to be running Glacier grenades, because it freezes a wider range of enemies, and instead of having to hit a frozen enemy with Fighting Lion, all you have to do is chuck the grenade at a group of enemies, and the shatter explosion from you hitting the grenade with Fighting Lion will pretty much kill everything in the radius because of the shatter explosion being so massive due to Whisper of Rending and Whisper of Fissures. You can clear rooms of high tier enemies with both a buffed up primary grenade launcher that also debuffs champions. Meanwhile, Heart of Inmost Light will also be increasing the damage of the Glacier grenade itself alongside your other abilities. Diamond Lance will also help freeze targets if they ever become unfrozen, or if you need to freeze something from far away, or if you're in a situation that's like a moment-to-moment engagement that something needs to be frozen immediately. Now, for your stats, you'll want to aim for 100 resilience and anywhere between 60 to 90 discipline. You don't need to go for double 100s with Titans, specifically on this build, because Heart of Inmost Light alongside Whisper of Torment and Whisper of Shards helps tremendously with the regeneration of your grenades, so it's not needed to go full in on double 100s. So, how does this all work? Well, you throw your Glacier grenade to freeze targets, then use Fighting Lion to shatter and kill everything, then let the Stasis Shards track to you to become charged with light to get more grenade energy off of firepower. Meanwhile, Whisper of Shards and Torment will grant even more grenade energy. Then, spam your other abilities to get empowered abilities from Heart of Inmost Light, and spam that over and over, and that's the whole build. There is a little bit of a learning curve to this build in particular, and you have to play both aggressive and passive depending on the engagement, but on its own it is really strong. I hope you guys try this build out, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye bye.